What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Taste Like Music. Jason, Joe, and Krams are here. And welcome back to another episode of Resequencer. What is this, the fourth one we've done?
We've done Rumors and Out of Time.
Oh, and I believe Joshua Tree as well. So this will be
Yeah.
number 4.
Episode 4. Today we're hitting Synchronicity by The Police. It's been a long time since we did the Police discography on the channel, but you may remember, if you've seen the video, that I think more than one of us had complaints about the sequencing on this record. So we're here to fix that. We are going to take the songs from the record and put them in a more ideal order and see who can do a better job. I gotta say, this was a tough one to get right.
I wouldn't say I fixed anything. I changed some stuff though, but it's just such a weird batch of just like half really good pop hits and half just like, what the fuck? So who wants to even go first here?
Listen, I'll start this one off. I actually think mine works great, and I was listening to it, put it in a playlist, and I was like, wow, this is a 5-star album now. This is exactly what we're here to do, and it is. It totally is. Now, with the other ones, we were a little loose with, pulling in bonus tracks and stuff like that. So I am going to pull in, but we'll get to that. All right. I think it starts off great. Synchronicity 1 is the logical opener. I'm not changing it. Going with Synchronicity 1. Now, I think where side 1 stumbles is then you have 4 like wacky songs in a row. Like, you got to get another hit on there. And the question is what? And I think King of Pain works really well in the 2-hole. It's another big hit. It's a little bit of a different feel, but I think it is, it shows off the sophisticated pop side of them. And then I'm going to go with Tea in the Sahara. It's weird. It's a little spacey, but it's got some real beautiful moments. And it shows off the experimental side without being like too out there. I think it still maintains that, I don't know, it's not like a rate Arabic but sort of like Middle Eastern feel, a little bit of King of Pain. I think it works.
I'm going to pull a George Costanza and just interrupt and say, I really like what you've done so far here.
Thank you. Thank you. I put a lot of thought in this. After that, I think the fade in intro of Oh My God works well after the fade out of Tea in the Sahara. I think it's borderline too weird, but not totally too weird. And you got to put it somewhere. You can't put Mother on anywhere near this first half. So Mother's coming way later. And the way it ends, that kind of wild horn transition, goes perfectly into the up-tempo gallop of Miss Gradenko. And then I got one more for the first side. I got to get another hit on here. You gotta have the hits, relatively close together. I think it's a good end point for it. So I'm gonna go with Wrapped Around Your Finger as my end. I think that's a good ending. Way better than the 9 spot, which originally is in, which is just bizarre. Just looking back at the sequencing, it's just, of the actual albums, ridiculous. The hell were they thinking? They closed side 1 with Synchronicity 2. But I'm going to open side 2 with Synchronicity 2 because I just feel like that's, again, the obvious play here. After that, they had King of Pain here and then Wrap Around Your Finger, Falling Every Breath You Take, which is a hell of a side 2, the original. But it's just, that's why it's so lopsided. You can't have those 3 big songs in a row. So I'm going to go with, after Synchronicity 2, I'm going to go with Walking in Your Footsteps. It's tough to place that anywhere. It's too cutesy. It really is. But you put it in there and then you immediately kind of wipe that slate clean by throwing up Every Breath You Take. You got to get the big hit in there somewhere. It could be an album opener or a closer, but I think it works pretty well there in the middle. Get another big hit. And then I'm going to go with the bonus track on the original CD and cassette editions, Murder by Numbers, which is a great song. And it should have been on the original album. Totally just should have replaced Mother. Unfortunately, I got to put Mother somewhere. I'm gonna put it at the end. It's now the bonus track on CD and cassette albums. So just swap those around. It's not the perfect closer, but I feel like you got to put the worst song at the very end because you're not going to hear it as much. It's like putting your pitcher in the 9 spot, your weakest hitter in the 8 spot. You bury it down there because you're going to start at the beginning. You're going to hear Synchronicity. You're going to hear the big hits. Probably not going to make it to Mother every time, so we'll just bury it.
I'm gonna go next, and Joe and I are on the same page. We got a lot in common, at least the same idea. I did not use Murder by Numbers, but what I do have, I opened with Synchronicity 1, and that's an obvious choice. It's high energy. I also have King of Pain number 2. I thought about following Synchronicity 1 with Synchronicity 2, but I think then the problem would be that the rest of the album would drag, and you need that energy to be brought back up at the midway point. So Synchronicity, King of Pain. Then I'm going with the same song that they have in the 3 spot on the original record, which is Oh My God. I think the fade in on this is awkward no matter where you put it. But I think, with King of Pain, it works okay. It's fine. Number 4, I've got Walking in Your Footsteps, which comes before Oh My God on the original record. So I think the two do share some like sonic DNA, and that's why they're together in the first place. I just kind of flipped the order. Wanted to have that hit there. And then I've got Wrapped Around Your Finger to close out side 1 on a high note. Big pop hit. So I've got a 5-song side 1 instead of a 6-song like they had on the original record. Side B kicks off with Synchronicity 2. I think it desperately needs that jolt of energy. Then at the 7 spot, I've got Miss Gradenko, nice and upbeat. I think that guitar part kind of flows pretty well out of Synchronicity 2. Then I've got Every Breath You Take, mid-tempo ballad, really poppy, but also a big hit. So I think none of those other remaining tracks, Mother, Tea in the Sahara, work that well out of Miss Gradenko. So got to be Every Breath You Take there. And I did not want to close the record on Mother. So I've got it second to last, the penultimate track. Really hard to place. And yeah, basically just wanted to bury it, but didn't want it to be like the last thing that leave a bad taste in the mouth of the listener. So number 9, and then 10, the original closer. So I've got, I think, 3 or 4 songs in the same spot that they originally were. Tea in the Sahara to close things out. Same bookends, mellow, nice closer, a little jazzy. Mother's really the wrench in this whole record. It is just a very, not only bad song, but just like sonically weird and just doesn't work with the rest.
So my strategy was to not go too long with weird stuff stacked up against one another. I'm opening with Synchronicity 2. You can even rename it Synchronicity 1 if you want. I don't give a shit. But it's my favorite song in the album. I think it makes a great opener. It's an absolute banger. It starts off with like really epic. And then I'm going Every Breath You Take in the 2-hole. Keeps peak interest while keeping the hits going, but a nice relaxing vibe after the really intense opener. Then I'm going with Ms. Gradenko because I don't know where the hell to put it. So I'm wedging it in here as a reminder that they can be weird and experimental after 2 songs. Just quick little 2-minute piece. So kind of a cool ending to it. And then you go into Tea in the Sahara, slowing everything down in the 4 spot. Big time. Slow down the intensity, get that jazzy kind of sting singing. Then the 5 spot, I'm going Wrapped Around Your Finger, bring in that strong love ballad. Still kind of saturated in the mood set by Tea in the Sahara. Then I close side 1 with Walking in Your Footsteps. Kick in side 2 with King of Pain, great pop song, beautiful and emotional. Then go into Oh My God, which has a nice build into it, pretty decent jam, funky, almost jazzy outro, which can lead into the more slow, jazzy Murder by Numbers. Then I go into Synchronicity 1, and I still use Mother just as the closer for the whole thing, just as this weird final goodbye that, after you listen to this album, you should think the way we thought, which is just, there's some good songs on here, but what the hell is with the other stuff? And that's the note that you're left with. Mother, yeah, you got to bury it. Just, so everyone knows after Synchronicity, you just pop the CD out, take the needle off.
I kind of like that it's their last record, so it's like, okay, they should hang it up now. They're done after hearing that track. All right.
This was the toughest resequencer though. So hard. There's no way it's a 5-star album of Joe's said. There's just too many weird songs on it.
You know, listening through it, I liked it a lot more when I put it in my playlist, my order. And I don't know, once you eliminate the weird like blobs of weird, like, you know, amelodic, jazzy, whatever you want to call them, I think it works really well. I really was like, wow, I really like this album. So no, it would be a 5-star. I have it at 4.5 as it is constructed. So just a little tinkering. It's 5 stars. You're welcome, Sting. Gordon Sumner.
All right, everybody, let us know whose sequence you like the best. And if you think you can do better, drop it below. And like every time we do one of these episodes, if you like the way it is originally, let us know. I'm sure we'll hear hundreds of people letting us know not to mess with it, but this one needs some work. Thanks for watching. Make sure you check out the links in the video description, hit the like button, subscribe if you've not subscribed yet, hit the bell for notifications, and we'll see you in the next one.